Hey guys, Moms Against Medical Bullying. So, I was having a little bit of a revelation today, or thought, um, about the current events and everything that's taking place in 2020 and 2021. And I was realizing that one of the main purposes of it all was to get us and to get people to fight it, to fight the system, to give the system all of our resources, all of our energy. I heard Amanda Vollmer kind of talk about that too, but it didn't really hit me till today. Like, it became more of a revelation for me today. And then, so I was watching a video. If you're not subscribed to Dr. Andrew Kaufman's website, True Medicine Library, get signed up. He has a section of videos that are free, and then he has a section that you can have, in which you can have a membership. But I was watching one of his videos, and it's for people. They're talking about private membership associations and doing business in that type of way, to get some freedom from all the madness and regulations and everything. And one of the ladies said that this doctor had to fight with all he had, in court, and that, hold on a second. So yes, the doctor won in court, but what happened was that he went into bankruptcy, and he had to spend all these resources fighting. And then, so that it solidified that idea for me that, yeah, it was, it's about stealing from people. It's about sucking our energy and draining our energy and making us fight against it and making us use our money to fight this system, to fight this beast. It's funny because there's this conflict, that happens, that can happen within us. I feel like we're like, okay, yes, we gotta fight. We're not gonna allow ourselves to be bullied by these bullies. Like, bullies, they want to steal your energy. They want you to fight back because they feed off of that. They want you to waste your resources on them. So, so yeah, it wants to steal our resources, take our energy. And at first, it's like, we want to fight because we're not going to let ourselves be bullied. We're not going to let them push us around. So it's like this battle of, like, this conflict of, like, do we fight or do we rest? You know what I mean? Do we rest in God and look for the other open door? So, and I understand why, people are saying, you know what, forget about all this, madness that's been going on in 2020, 2021. We're moving forward. We're going to find a new way to do things. We're in search of new opportunities now. We're not going to waste our energy, waste our resources on fighting this system, fighting this beast, because we're giving of ourselves to it. We're giving of our time and energies. We're going to go create new things. We're going to find new ways to do things. So I understand both ways, and I guess each individual person has to figure out where they're at in their walk with God personally, and what direction should they take. Should they fight? Should I stay or should I go? Should I stay or should I go? Fight, or go into a new direction. Let the bully usher us into new directions. Maybe it's a sucker punch. It's funny because I was listening to a message by a pastor from a church that I used to go to, and he gave this personal testimony about how when he was young, that like around 15 years old, he was in gangs. And anyway, he was on a bad path. And one day he got sucker punched by another kid. And he didn't want to fight back. in that moment because he knew he would get destroyed. So instead, he set himself up to learn karate or some type of martial arts to kill the kid. So, but what happened through that was that, you know, someone ended up asking him, someone had heard him singing, you know, and, you know, from his karate class, liked his singing, and said, hey, do you want to join my band? And his life took another direction. So, and that was really inspiring to me because it was like, wow, he, you know, God had to get him sucker punched in order for his life to take a different turn of direction. So maybe it's like sometimes we get sucker punched by the world, you know, by the bullies, the world bully. We get sucker punched, you know, we lose our job or we lose our livelihood. But really, it's God using that to turn the currents and move us in another direction. You know? With God, there's hope. If you don't have God, it's like, you know, what do you have to live for if you don't believe that someone is looking out for you? You know, I know some people say the universe, you know, what have you, but essentially it's believing that one closed door does not mean the end of your life. It just means that other doors will open. So anyways, I just wanted to share that, and that just really became real to me, that they just want to suck our energy out. They want us to fight them. They want us to waste our money fighting them because they love it, because they also play both sides. It's kind of like, you know, we're toys that they play with. They want us to waste our energy on what they're doing. You know, we did that already. I guess it's time to move on and just be like, we don't care about what you're doing anymore, you know. So what else did I want to mention? Been not really following closely, but looking at that Gabby Petito case. That's interesting. What I find interesting about that is that it's getting a lot of publicity, and that has me curious. I wonder why. Not that she's not important, and not that what happened was okay or anything, but I'm sure there's a lot of people that get missing or murdered that don't get all that publicity. But I find that quite interesting. I have some thoughts about it, but I'm not going to share it here because all I have is assumptions and, you know, whatever the case is. But if you have thoughts about it that you want to share, you can share it in the comments. All right, everyone. Take care.